How are we, guys? Here we go. Welcome to another episode of Smashing Crossbar Podcast. I'm your host once again, Josh. How are we, Benny?
I'm good, mate. I'm just chewing down on some Red Rippers, as they're now known.
Oh, the old Red Ripper. Absolutely.
Well, they're called that now. I sort of took a step back and went, hang on, are these the right things? Because it's been a while since I bought them, and I used to buy them when they had the old name. But they have been sitting in the freezer for 24 hours, and that's the only way to eat them.
Politically incorrect is the word. Anyway, welcome, mate. Welcome, as always. On tonight's show, obviously, welcome to everyone in the chat. Noopy's already here. Luke, I'm sure, is hovering about, so be sure, jump in. We're going to talk a lot about, obviously, what's been going on in the world of football, from obviously new A-League deals to Ange to Celtic, Champions League final, Europa League final. The Aussies are on the map in the championship currently, well, he is now. We'll skip over, breeze over the Euros, and that's still a couple of weeks away. But and then obviously the main one, the Socceroos are now in camp, ready to go, 4 days out from international football once again. How are we? Lucas, well done, mate. What kit is that, Josh? It's me Backers kit. Backers Marsh, mate.
Really?
Yeah, mate, yeah. Scorps. Big shout out to the Scorps. I figured I'd wear it, mate. Freaking considering I'm in lockdown, I probably won't get to freaking wear it on a weekend for a while, so.
Oh, yeah. Hey, we're just lucky that we are two very lucky people that are still able to get up and go to work every day.
100%. Milk goes for life. But anyway, Lucas, welcome, mate. As I said before, we're going to touch on a fair bit of football. Obviously, all around the world. We'll touch on the A-League as well and everything else that's going on there. But obviously, we may as well friggin' dive straight into, obviously, the biggest talking point of the week in regards to us Aussies. And that is the new broadcast deal. Over 5-year deal. So, obviously, it's I don't know, it's been hard to swallow in some retrospect. Get everyone's thoughts on the chat. Lucas, bloody Luke will be moaning around. Whoever's in here, let's get your feedback. Yes or no? Were you happy with it? What are some of the things that are good about it? You know what I mean? If there are any, obviously bad thoughts as well. So you may as well kick it off. As we said, 5-year deal to start off with, which is a good thing. I think it's a good thing that it is that long. You know what I mean? I'd be pretty worried if it was like a 2 or 3 year deal. There's obviously not much growth in 3 years to build it up or get it to where they want it to or whatever before they have to go through a process of trying to friggin' buy it out again. What are your thoughts on it, mate? What are your thoughts on the new deal with Channel 10?
There are some positives to take out of it, but I think it's going to be hard to say. I mean, we can sit here and discuss it, but at the end of the day, we're not going to see what the hell is going to go good with it and what the hell's going to go bad with it until the first 12 months. Mm-hmm. Just doing some more reading.
Yep.
It's good that it includes the W League.
Yes.
That's probably one of the more positive points from my point of view.
Mm-hmm.
I'd just be interested to see how they're going to approach it and what they're going to do different from Fox Sports.
Yeah, look, it's going to be very, 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 very interesting. As what Luke's put in here, happy that it is resolved. Unhappy because I think we could have gotten better. Like all things, time will tell. Yeah, I don't know how much better we probably could have got it, realistically. I think Fox Sports were well off the mark with the offer. So obviously, they would have obviously put in an offer. Channel 10's come on with their offer. Then they would have had an opportunity to obviously counter. And they obviously went, they didn't run with it, which to me, just thinking about it, I feel it was a very big offer. You know what I mean? Compared to what Fox Foxtel were thinking of putting their hand up for. But again, there are great things out of the bat. Straight off the bat, you think about obviously free-to-air football. Something that hasn't happened to the A-League in a long time.
Not since the very early NSL days.
Correct. So, that is, for me, the biggest and probably the best thing out of the deal at this current time, where obviously your normal people, let's put it, the ones who aren't overly diehards and stuff like that and love their sport. They might like soccer or football, but they're not going to go out and buy a KO because they're not going to waste $25 a month.
It's exposure to the free-to-air market, which is a good selling point.
And that's the thing. It's definitely free to. And that's what it is. So for me, that's probably the biggest talking point is obviously free to air. As you said, it will obviously include the W League, which is fantastic. But again, it's early days. Who are they going to bring in for broadcasters? That's another thing. Are they going to go with their own? Bo Ryan at Channel 10 does everything else. Will he jump ship to the commentary team?
I don't believe you just brought that up.
From rugby league to Survivor. Oh, sorry, from rugby league to the Footy Show, then to Survivor, to the Amazing Race. Now, next off, friggin' A-League commentary. Look, it's for me. I think the biggest problem that they're going to have, obviously, is, and even for everyone else, you know what I mean? Like, you're going to have to buy the new membership or whatever it is for $10 or $11 or whatever the hell it's called, whatever it's going to be.
Oh, Paramount Plus. See, Paramount. I put that as for me, that's a pro more than a con.
Yeah, but obviously, if
because Viacom CBS/Paramount have got some wicked movies and TV shows that you're getting a lot for $9.
Yeah, but at the same time, you think about that. But again, I've seen some billboard stuff that they've done. It's the Harry Potter series and la-di-da and all this, and Binge, and everyone's got all that shit. So, like,
it's just another streaming service to add to the wallet.
Yeah, exactly right. Majority of the movies and TV shows you can get from anywhere else. My biggest problem is the sport side of things. You've got your sport lovers and that who now have to, obviously, if they want to watch the cricket or they want to watch the rugby league or they want to watch, the V8s or something like that, they've got to get KO or Foxtel.
Yeah.
If they want to watch, obviously, the rugby union, they've got to go to the newsstand broadcaster. If they want to watch the A-League and stuff like that, then they've got to go to another platform. It's, you know what I mean?
Newbie brings up a very good point.
What do we got there? Free to air, can watch Sydney or Melbourne teams every Saturday night. Exactly right.
You're really going to have to look at the fixturing.
Yeah, and that's what it'll be. It'll be
because we don't play on Saturday nights. We never do.
No, exactly right. 100%.
They'll make sure all the derbies are scheduled.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Except ours. Yeah. On a Saturday, like your big Blues, your original rivalries, your Battle of the Bridges.
Yep.
Probably even the distance derby before us.
Yeah, quite possibly. So you put all that in. Obviously, you've got all the different streaming stuff and everything else. So that's going to be a pain in the ass for the people who do have it. $25 a month for KO, $10 a month for this, la-di-da, la-di-da, la-di-da. It all adds up.
Yeah,
but
I think we've already got 4 or 5 different ones in my house.
Oh, 100%. Of what?
Already?
Shit. We've got Binge, we've got Netflix, we've got Stan, we've got Disney, we've got freaking...
We don't have Binge, but we've got Netflix, Amazon Prime, we've got Stan, we've got Netflix.
Yeah. Everyone's got a bit of everything, Like every household's going to have something. It's not... Every household has something.
It's another one to add to the list.
The biggest, I suppose, we'll take that $200 million broadcasting deal over 5 years. They've got the A-League right, so good on them. Obviously, as you said, it's going to be interesting to see what they do with it. The other big thing as well is what's going to happen now with the other broadcasting deals. So obviously, the Socceroos, Matildas, that's all up for grabs.
Yeah.
So they're currently without anything. I know there was talk of Stan possibly taking that. You would
Oh,
think
another one.
You would think that if Channel 10 and that have got the A League, they need to go for the internationals as well.
Yeah, I don't think they will.
This is going to be the biggest thing, Like, I think it's a no-brainer. They have to. You know what I mean? I think every international game should be played on free-to-air TV.
Yeah.
Like, I don't see the problem with it. 9 times out of 10, every Australian game is on at between 1 a.m. and 5 a.m. in the morning. What is on TV at that time other than adverts?
Which I can tell you right now, if it's on at that sort of time, people like Viacom, CBS that own Channel 10 won't be putting in a lot of money to have that. Because it's just off. It's just an off time. And they're not going to garner a lot of viewership from it.
Yeah.
I would be happy for SBS to continue to take the reins for the national team.
Yeah, but even then, they don't show enough international football. That's the biggest problem. The world game is dead. There is no world game now. It's on social media, and that's it.
It's all online.
So SBS now is dead.
It's because they're... I suppose it's probably because SBS, like the ABC, are purely government funded.
Yeah.
And if you've got X person who's asking 100 million to show Socceroos international games and Matilda's games, they're not going to have the money to come up against people against that, so they're not going to bother. As much as it does hurt them, as discussed, SBS are the home of the world game.
Yeah.
But somebody's going to have to pull their finger out, and somebody will spend big bucks to have that, considering that we've got the Women's World Cup in the next couple of years.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure that the Matildas are rolled into that same package with the Socceroos. So somebody's going to bid big on it because they'll want to cover the Women's World Cup.
Yeah. And
that's the end goal. Like, welcome, Matty. Happy Mad Sad. Yes, I have Red Rippers.
No, now he's changed to Twitch. Lucas gone from YouTube to Twitch. I was going to say, so look, it's going to be interesting. As we said, obviously, the Socceroos and Matildas and stuff like that's up for grabs. I think the Champions League and stuff like that looks like it's probably going to head towards Stan, which is another pain in the ass.
They were saying that Stan Sports did officially table an offer.
Correct.
But they reckon it was less than half of what Viacom CBS were offering.
Okay.
From what I read. I don't know where I read that.
Yeah.
But financially, it was peanuts in comparison to what Viacom CBS were offering.
At the end of the day, Australia needs all football on one channel. You know what I mean? Like, it just doesn't make sense. You know what I mean? You want everything in the one spot. You want the Matildas to be in the one spot. It's the same as the Socceroos. You want the A-League and everything else. The FFA Cup needs to be broadcasted a lot more.
I think the FFA Cup is part of that deal too.
It's not part of the deal.
Correct me if I'm wrong.
No, it's not part of the deal, but obviously the amount of people are pushing to go, well, surely.
I thought it was.
No.
I think it was that Viacom CBS showed an interest in showing that as well.
Yeah, of course. And they need to. At
the end of the day, I think the whole we need football all on one channel, that's never going to happen with the current climate of how modern television works with all these streaming services. I don't think we're never going to be in a position ever again that we're ever going to have one thing on one channel. Like The Simpsons used to be Channel 10.
Yeah.
Like,
No, it'll always move. Like, I get that. Like, from Foxtel to
Yeah.
Channel 10 to whatever.
And then you've got Optus Sport. There's your other one.
Yeah, and that's it. But at the same time, I think they need this. They need the football on one channel. You know what I mean? I think it just needs to be one broadcasting. One, to me, it just makes sense. It just makes sense. Why do we watch rugby? It'd be like watching rugby league week in, week out on Fox Sports.
Yeah,
right?
it makes sense.
It is.
It makes sense to us. It makes sense to us as a consumer.
Yeah.
But that's not how the networks look at it.
Yeah. Well, it's
the
like,
networks, you got to remember, look at it as a product.
The rugby league's an interesting one, actually, just thinking about it, because they've got, obviously, Foxtel and all that sort of stuff's got all the rights to the rugby league, and they show Thursday night football and Friday night football and one Sunday game on Channel 9, right? But the State of Origin is purely Channel 9.
Yeah, that's free to air.
Yeah, and the Foxtel only show the replay. So once it's done, then it's on. So you know what I mean? Is where it's like, we don't want that. No one's going to.
Yeah, that's part of a private syndication deal.
Yeah, no one wants a private, a replay. You know what I mean? We don't want to have to watch Fox Sports or whatever it is to watch the Socceroos, and then the game finishes at 10 p.m. and at 10:15 the game's on free to air. Like, you want to watch it live. You don't want to.
You want to watch it live. You don't want to go back to the old days where it was on delay.
Yeah, and have to sit there and freaking hide your phone and everything else, and it's just a pain in the backside. But at the end of the day, I suppose we'll be talking a lot more about that. We'll obviously try and get a few different people on to obviously get their say in regards to it, because obviously, again, it's going to be a hot topic for a while until we 100% find out again what's going to happen with the Socceroos, what's going to happen with the Matildas, because at the end of the day, that's coming up quick. Socceroos start their football in a couple of days, which we'll touch on in a bit, obviously about the Socceroos squads and everything else and what's going on there. But I think before we move on to there, I think we somewhat talking about the Socceroos. Former Socceroos coach Ant Postecoglou tabling a absolute shock coaching gig over at Celtic. Now, I honestly thought they were taking the piss. Like, I thought someone was dead set had been on the piss and just gone, this will be a good laugh. Wait till everyone wakes up tomorrow and watches this, thinks it's another April Fool's joke or something. And then...
Well, Ange Postecoglou, you can always walk into the Celtic job knowing that you were always the second place. Because they couldn't get the deal over the line with Eddie Howe first.
Yeah, he was never coming.
You were always the backup, mate.
Mate, to be second in line for a gig like that, friggin' is no...
Yeah, that's a big move.
You look at the friggin' managers they've had recently, Brendan Rodgers and to the likes just recently, he's got some pretty big shoes to fill. I thought it was a piss take. I thought until today, when I actually read his open statement, where it virtually states that former Socceroo Ant Postecoglou has agreed a deal to take over as manager of Celtic and needs only to secure a release from his Japanese club to complete this shock move. So,
which I'm pretty sure he'll get.
Oh, I think he'll get.
He'll get it.
They're currently sitting in fourth in the J League at the moment, so they're not sitting too badly. He took them to friggin' the top of the league, obviously for the first time in a long time, a couple of years ago. He had a pretty shit season last year, but it is what it is. So
COVID and all, yeah.
The biggest shock, I suppose, out of this is how long are they going to give him over there? The Celtic fans are brutal when it comes to coaches entering their friggin' domain, and if you get off to a bad start, it could be a very, very, very short trip and very short time at Celtic. That's for sure. But yeah, anyone else's thoughts on that? Lucas was in here before, but yeah, I don't know.
Could have made the old firm very interesting.
Yeah, well, yeah, 100%.
Postecoglou versus Stevie G.
Yeah, well, it's going to be interesting to see what happens. Obviously,
I think Postecoglou's got the go for it. Like, the J League is a very, very technical league.
Oh, 100%.
And it's not an easy league to win. It's a bit like the A League, where anybody can grab it on any day.
Yeah.
Whereas Scotland, it's Rangers or Celtic.
Mm-hmm. Yep. It's going to be interesting, even with bloody Rogic there. Like, I can't see him lasting too much longer at Celtic, even with him there.
Nah.
Nah.
Not while he's got Not while he's got an open market at his disposal.
Yeah, 100%.
And that's something that Ange has never really experienced in any role that he's ever had. Being the A-League in Japan, you are bound more strictly by international player rules.
Yep.
Whereas in Scotland, it's just go for broke.
Yeah.
It's go for broke.
Yep. No, 100%.
I don't think that... I don't think it's a bad move, but if he makes the move and fails, it will put Australian managers in the eyes of Europeans so far back for the next 10 to 20 years, none of them will ever get a gig.
Yeah, look, it's
they'll never be looked at seriously again.
Yeah, I think, yeah, I don't know. It's hard. I think he probably should have gone back to maybe friggin' the Championship. I think he would have done a lot better at a Championship side than he would have at Celtic or in Scotland. Yeah, no, only because of his way he plays football. He's a very attack-minded football coach. And the Championship is ruthless. It's ruthless. It's very attack-minded. You know, the coaches.
I would have gone probably League One.
Yeah.
Only because, in my personal opinion, Championship's one of the hardest leagues to win.
Yeah, but it's not about...
It is brutal. You have 5 games where you're not kicking it right and you're gone.
Yeah,
there's a lot less pressure at Celtic than what there is at a Championship side.
It depends on the Championship side. Yeah,
there are expectations still at Celtic, and huge ones at that.
No, it is now. That's the biggest thing, though. This is the problem. Like, if he got that gig 5 years ago, no pressure. No pressure whatsoever. You're walking into a club that's guaranteed to win the champions.
That's because Rangers were nowhere.
Now Rangers are friggin'... Not only did they win, right? This is the biggest thing. Like, people look back at...
But they belted the league.
Right? They conceded, like, under friggin' 20 goals in the season. They went undefeated. That is absurd. Right? Friggin'... So, it's no easy task anymore. You're going to Celtic with only one way, and it is up. If you don't go up, you're in big trouble. It's where I feel if he'd gone to, like, a low Championship side, he may have been... You know, they're not expecting to win the league. Just survive relegation, like a Blackpool or something. You know what I mean? Like, first year up, back up there. Right, just don't go back down for Christ's sake. You know, just... Yeah,
Celtic won't take it that way.
No.
He will be walking in going, right, you are to kick the shit out of Rangers.
Yeah.
Go.
Yeah. If you're not...
Tell us how much you want. Go.
5 rounds in, if you're not friggin' sitting first, back your shit. It's that simple.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, time will tell. He needed a move like this. For me, as I said, you were saying like League One and stuff like that. He'd never go to League One because he'd stay in the J League. He's on friggin' quadruple the money of what any friggin' manager is in League One. So, worst result is to run second. Absolutely.
100%.
How are you, mate? But yeah, so good luck to him. At the end of the day, if it does go over the line, he does seal the deal and everything else. Good luck to him. He's going to need it. And as I said...
Oh, yeah. It's not going to be a walk in the park. It's not going to be as easy as whatever you think it may be.
I think they need a lot of players gutted from that side. And I'd be very interested to see who he brings into that side. Because
there's a lot of floaters hanging around that shouldn't be there anymore.
Oh, yeah, 100%. 100%. And you've always got those managers that come in and they bring people with them. You know what I mean? Like it's...
they bring their favourites.
Rogers comes in from England or whatever it is, from Liverpool, and then brings somebody. You know, they always bring their favourites, or, you know, not their favourites, because obviously they're probably expensive, but somebody that's definitely going to do damage and someone that he's coached that hopefully...
Mourinho is the prime example of somebody that does that.
Yeah, but I think...
Same with Antonio Conte.
But coaches like that need to. They need somebody to
come... They bring in somebody that they trust.
That they can come with and go virtually, you know, because they're walking into alliance then.
Look, 12 years ago for Mourinho, it was Juan Mata.
You know, but that's the thing. No one gives a fuck. No player gives a fuck. It's like Mourinho walking into PSG and Neymar going, what? Whoop-de-doo, you've won some titles. Do you want a medal?
Oh, they don't give a shit.
You know?
The players don't give a
That's
shit.
it. And that's why they want to bring somebody in with them. So they've got that someone to get into the team. Boys, he knows his shit. He knows what's going on.
Getting in their ear.
That's it. He will make you a better player. I guarantee you. You deal with the crap at the start with. I'm telling you now.
Yeah.
And for Ange, I've been so intrigued to see who that is. You know, if he could bring someone like Moy, you know what I mean, who I think would be good over at Celtic. He needs to go back.
Yeah.
He needs to go back that way. You know what I mean? Like, J-League, it's just sucking him dry.
Yeah.
You know, he needs.
There are Aussies in the Scottish Premier Division as well that, like, he's close to Aussies as well.
Yeah, and that's the thing.
He's got Irvine and Boyle at Hibernian.
Yep.
Wouldn't be surprised if one of them make the move. Irvine would be a shock. He's got Rogic there.
Boyle maybe. I don't see anyone else.
Wouldn't be surprised if he tries to bring McLaren over.
Yeah.
At the moment, with the form that McLaren's in, and McLaren's had a stint in Scotland as well and didn't do too badly.
I can't see many, honestly, no disrespect to the Aussies, but I can't see many of the current Australians, Socceroos, not many of them getting a gig at Celtic. You know what I mean? It's just, I don't know. It's not the top league. It's not a friggin', fabulous league.
It's equal to the championship.
Right? But it's Celtic. And they just expect so much. And if you don't do well there, you enjoy coming back to the A-League. Because you won't get a gig anywhere else. And I think...
I mean, it would be a good move at the moment for somebody like Matt Leckie.
Maybe, yeah.
Who's on the outer at Hertha Berlin.
Look at Azani. Azani is prime example.
But Azani's youth.
Well, he's not anymore though. He's played 5 games in 2 years at 4 different clubs. No one wants him. This is a bloke who was friggin' touted as friggin' the next big thing. Goes to Celtic.
The next Tim Cahill.
Goes to Celtic. Friggin' has a really bad injury. Which is shit. But then he's never recovered from it. And Celtic,
it happens.
And Celtic gave him all the opportunity. They didn't throw him out when they could have. They signed him on to finish so he could finish his rehab in Scotland and stuff like that, and hopefully get a chance. He got a chance, and they just went, no, thanks for coming. But look, at the end of the day, we're literally gonna jump into that right now anyway. Friggin' with the Socceroos squad, and obviously, of what's been picked. As we said, Moy obviously hasn't been selected. He's been rested due to obviously family. Nothing, no dramas. I don't think. I just don't think he's seen his family in Christ knows how long, and this is probably the only chance he's going to see them for a bit. Considering obviously the World Cup's coming up next year and J League and the timing and everything else that's going on. So, friggin' Arnold's decided to give him a little bit of a break. So, big loss for us, but it is what it is. We spoke about Rogic. He's injured supposedly, but at the end of the day, even if he was fit, he hasn't played enough football. You can't select him. You've got to select on form.
100%.
What do we got, Luke? Fears have reportedly been raised that Ange Postecoglou, who is favourite to become Celtic manager, does not.
I wouldn't say it's a fear that he doesn't have the necessary coaching qualifications. Celtic will have done their due diligence and they will have known that before entering into talks. They wouldn't be willing to enter into talks without knowing that information.
I'm telling you now, but to me that's just bullshit. You know what I mean? Does not have the necessary coaching qualifications. He's friggin' taken a friggin' team in his home country and friggin' dominated.
You know why? You know why that is? Because UEFA don't recognise the AFC coaching qualifications to the same level as what everybody else does.
And it probably doesn't. It's probably
they think that the AFC qualifications are fucking tin pot.
Well, again,
look at Muscat at Centurion.
But
same situation.
It's something to speak about. Like friggin', how bad is it?
But at the same point as well, Celtic will have done their due diligence. They will have known that prior to entering into talks. If they weren't serious about it and didn't want to deal with any of that, They wouldn't have approached him.
His name wouldn't even be on the talking board.
Yeah, they wouldn't have approached him. And again, you don't choose a manager based on what coaching qualification. Jesus Christ, I've seen some terrible managers that have got the UEFA fucking pro license.
It comes down
There
to
are
success.
some fucking terrible managers that have got their UEFA pro license.
How are you, mate? What have we got here? Peloro CKY.
Hello, Rocky.
Palo Rock. Yeah, well, I thought when they've cut it out, maybe.
Hello, Rocky.
Rocky. Welcome, mate. Yeah, welcome, mate. Welcome. Yeah, jump in on the discussion, mate. As I said, we're just obviously discussing Ange and obviously him getting the Celtic gig and stuff like that. We're about to move into the Socceroos squad for obviously the World Cup qualifiers and so forth. But yeah, welcome, mate. Welcome. Who do you support in the A-League or world football, and where you from, mate? Let it be known. But yeah, at the end of the day, friggin', it is what it is. He's succeeded wherever he's been. What more do you want?
Except the Socceroos.
What do you mean?
I wouldn't call him taking charge of the Socceroos successful. His stint at the Socceroos to me was not successful.
He got them to the World Cup. What do you want?
He got them to the World Cup.
Yeah.
But then when he got to the World Cup, he sort of fobbed it off.
Yeah.
He was disinterested by that point.
He also freaking became the best country in Asia, winning the Asian Champions League.
Well, yeah, I'll give him that.
So
but in the last 12 months of his tenure as Socceroos manager, he was visibly disinterested in what he was doing, and it showed.
But for whatever reason of that was, he still succeeded. You know what I mean? Like he won it. He won the Asian trophy. He got them to the World Cup. Didn't take them to the World Cup, but he got them there.
Yeah.
Whatever, right? Not saying that he would have done any better or worse or whatever it was, because we'll never know. He was never done it. But
yeah, that's right. He was never there.
You know, we don't know what was going on in the background. Friggin' it could have been a number of things for him to.
A lot more than what meets the eye.
You know, we just don't know what the go was in the background and stuff like that. And at the end of the day, look, shit. You know, Japanese come knocking or whatever it is, and they're pulling a friggin' massive number on the table or whatever.
I mean, City came knocking.
Yeah, 100%. Well, that's it. They're part
City
of the group.
came knocking.
They're part of the group. They're owned by City Group. So,
well, partially.
What do you do? You know,
partially. They can't have full control.
No, but
they're not allowed to.
Do you sit and coach the Socceroos and stuff like that? And again, he succeeded. He lost some games. He won plenty of more, or whatever. He got them to where they needed to get to. You know what I mean? The idea was to qualify for the World Cup. Done. Win the Asian Champions League. Done. And at the end of the day, friggin' City come knocking or whatever it is with a deal. And at the end of the day, let's be honest, it's not like Manchester City's coming knocking. It's not.
No,
like
it's
Melbourne
City Group. It's City
like
Group.
Melbourne
It's relatively
City,
low
right?
pressure.
No. Well, not low pressure. It's the City Group. This is a job. This isn't one job. This could turn into hundreds of jobs.
Yeah.
They don't just own one club. This is the thing. This is a company that own multiple clubs in big countries and big money. So
yeah.
But yeah, what do we got here? Big deal for Australian football. Absolutely. Every World Cup we show Aussie coaches the door. I would have been pissed off too. Cramp.
Don't read it.
What do we got here? Yeah, very good. But yeah, it is what it is. End of the day, we'll move on. Good luck to him if it does go through. Big, tall ask. And yeah, at the end of the day, as long as he succeeds and it doesn't... Yeah, it depends on what his contract is. You know, what a success for him is. At the end of the day, we don't want him frigging leaving there and having to come back to the A-League. That's the biggest thing. Anyway, what do we got here? Let's move on. Socceroos fixtures and the squad. May as well go through the squad. Obviously, let's be honest, it's a pretty good squad. It's a pretty good squad. It's probably the best squad we could produce, even with a few surprises in there. You know, as is Bajic, obviously, doing really well over in Turkey. Borello from Fortuna Dusseldorf, obviously Martin Boyle at Hibs, Degenak, obviously Red Star, obviously won himself another title not too long ago. Kenneth Dougal, well, what can we say?
Well, didn't he announce himself freaking last night?
Yeah, he's probably announced himself friggin' all through the year, to be honest. He's looked really good. Really, really good. You know, friggin' so I think another season at Blackpool with a bit of success. Not saying they need to go win the championship or friggin' even finish in the top 6, as long as he does his job and controls the midfield and everything else. Friggin' it's a win. So, what was I going to say? Friggin'. What else we got? McDougall, obviously. Duke, obviously from Western Sydney Wanderers. May as well leave. They're not going to make semi-finals. Unlucky. Carl, you wanker. What have we got? Jean Roux, obviously from Macarthur.
Oh, Jean Roux, yeah.
I don't know if he's playing tonight, or he's already left already. What else have we got? Apostolos Jean Roux.
Oh, Giannou.
Sorry. That's what I was reading. I was reading two of the same freaking thing then.
Yeah, from Crete.
He's from Greece, yeah. Curtis Good, obviously, who has had an outstanding season.
City, yeah.
Yeah, he's looked really good all year. Ryan Grant, well, friggin', let's be honest, friggin' he does everything right, so you can't not include him. James Holland, which for me I think was a surprise, in my opinion.
Sorry?
Holland.
Who's the surprise?
Holland. James Holland.
Yeah.
For me, I don't think he's been doing a great deal over in Austria and stuff like that. Again, how much Austrian friggin' football do we look at? And
exactly.
Stuff like that. So as long as he's been putting in minutes, I suppose that's a bonus. Rustic.
Oh yeah, Adrian Rodic.
Rustic. Yeah, what are you going to call him from Frankfurt?
He's doing bits at the moment.
He's doing well. He's doing well over there. Apparently.
He's made that step up well.
Yeah, no, he has. He's doing really well.
I was a bit on the fence about that transfer when he left Groningen.
Yep.
I'm just like, whoa, that's a big jump.
Oh yeah.
But no, he's proven he's proven that he can do the jump.
Yeah. Do you think Blackpool? That's probably one for Benny. He probably knows more about that than anything else. Do you think Blackpool should sign Nick Guess from the Scottish Premier League?
It's sign Will Grigg.
That's what?
Huh?
What did you say?
I said they can sign Will Grigg.
They can sign Will Grigg. Oh, bloody hell. I don't even know who the hell that... Honestly, Nick Gerser. I don't even know who that is. Never heard of him.
Sorry, what was that?
Nick Gerser. From the Scottish Premier League. I don't even know who he plays for. Anyway. Where were we? Connor Meady's obviously from Perth Glory, which I think was a shock considering the amount of football he's
Considering
played.
he's just come back from injury.
Yeah. Jackson Irvine, obviously, again. Not so much a shock, but I'd be very interested to see if he gets many minutes, considering he hasn't done a great deal at Hibs. Karasic from Italy. Fran Karasic. I don't know too much about the bloke, to be fair. Fran Karasic.
Oh, Karasic, yeah.
Karasic, yeah, friggin' can't complain. His trade over in Italy. Obviously, your mate Matthew Leckie from Hertha. Mobile. I think this would be make or break for him. I think he needs to have what do you got there? I think he needs to have a good tournament to obviously get him. He wants to transfer out and away from obviously Michelin. So I think.
Oh, Mobile, yeah.
Yeah, he wants
came out in the.
Yeah, he wants out. So
well, I think I did read an article about that. It was something to do with He just feels underappreciated.
Yeah.
That, he dropped his entire life to come over and play for them. And,
welcome professional.
does bits for them in the Europa League.
Yeah.
And there wasn't even, from what I read in his interview, there wasn't even so much as a thank you.
Yeah. Mate.
And it was very much just a, well, if you're gonna treat me like that,
Yeah.
then I don't want to be here.
Mate, you're speaking to about Danish people, mate. Friggin', they're going to show you love. Let's be honest. Obviously, Jamie McLaren, friggin', no surprise there, friggin' killing it in the A-League. McGowan, obviously from Sydney FC, I think for me.
That one was a surprise for me.
I was about to say that was a shock for me. Riley McGree, good to see him getting a chance. Obviously, he got a bit of a chance there at Birmingham, and then friggin' went to shit.
And then I'll tell you what, Bowyer rates him very highly.
Yeah,
Bowyer rates him very highly.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Yeah. And unfortunately, the supporters love him. The Blue Noses love him.
Yeah, that'd be a shame to see him go.
Well, he's extended his loan for the extra 6 months because Bowyer wanted to keep him on.
Well, there you go. Hey? You might
so we extended his loan pretty well straight after the season. He was one of the first players re-signed. We extended the loan with Charlotte until they actually start their campaign in the MLS.
Well, there you go. Who knows? Friggin' that 6 months might be friggin' pivotal and friggin'...
Blues won't buy him. I'm telling you, they won't buy him. They don't have the money.
Yeah, maybe you're right.
They won't buy him.
Obviously, the newie lad himself, Connie Metcalf, he's going to get his chance. Friggin' well done to the Nova Castron. He's killed it in the A-League.
I was about to say, a lot of people would have seen that one as a surprise, but I would have said to you weeks and weeks ago that I would be surprised if he didn't.
Nah. Him and...
Based on form on this season.
Him and Curtis.
I said to you a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, no. Him and Curtis good. The two of the best players in the league at the moment. They're freaking killing it. You can't get anywhere near those two. So, freaking no surprise there for that one. Redmayne, I think, was an interesting one.
Redmayne's only there because he's Arnold's bat boy.
Yeah, I couldn't. I don't
know. He's Arnold's bat boy. He's dependable. He knows what he gets from him.
Yeah. But I'm more thinking on the fact that friggin', 3 keepers is enough. Like.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like.
Yeah.
Friggin'.
Well, they had to bring somebody in to replace Langerak.
Well, that's, true. Well, what do they got? They got friggin' bloody...
He'd be...
Thomas.
For me, he'd be 4th choice.
Yeah. Well, they got...
For me, he'd be 4th choice.
Because it was Langerak, didn't it? Yeah. Well,
Langerak bowed out.
Yeah. Because you've got Matt Ryan. Well, I'll keep going through this anyway. In Redmayne, Nikita Rukavica.
Rukavica. Good to see him back in there.
Absolutely fucking killing it. I reckon he's probably the best Aussie in Europe at the moment. He is absolutely dominating that league. 2nd year in a row, Golden Boot winner. Friggin', he's killing it over
Sort of fell off the radar for a few years too.
Oh, mate, friggin' that rejuvenated his career. Mate, he's dominating that league. Making it look so easy over there, and I'm intrigued to see him get a chance. Matty Ryan, obviously, Trent Sainsbury. Well, friggin', whatever. He could be 50%, and he's going to get picked.
That's because he's screwing. That's because he's screwing his daughter.
That's it. Good to see Brad Smith getting another chance. Friggin'
yes.
Doing really well over at Seattle. Scored a couple of goals as well. So good to see him back. Harry Souter. Yeah, friggin' he needs this. He needs this camp. I think he,
been a rock in Stokes' defence all season.
Yeah, just no disrespect. That's it. No disrespect to him. It's just he's had a pretty tough year, friggin' dealing with Stoke. And been
Phil Jones good enough for the Premier League? No,
definitely not.
No.
So hopefully he gets it. He has a good tournament at Souter because I think he just needs that little bit of love. He didn't get much of it.
Yeah.
Didn't get much of it this year with Stoke. Adam Taggart, friggin', hopefully he gets a chance as well. Looked good over there in the J League for Osaka. Lawrence Thomas, no idea. I don't think I don't know. Not my fan, but anyway.
Yeah, Timmy. I'm not the greatest fan of Lawrence Thomas, but I'd still play him in goal before Redmayne.
Yeah, and this is
Sorry.
and this is what I'm saying. So Matty Ryan, Lawrence Thomas,
Danny Vukovic.
Danny Vukovic as well. Friggin'
And Redmayne.
and
I
Redmayne.
would go Ryan, Vuka, Thomas, Redmayne.
No, I'd go the other way. I'd go Ryan, Thomas, Vuka, and then friggin'
Really? Vuka was on fire again
Vukovic
before he left.
Yeah, and he hasn't played football in nearly 7 months. So
That's all right.
that's all right. He's been training at Sydney for 7 months.
That's all right.
So just on form and sharpness and stuff like that. Surely I'm only guessing that Thomas has obviously been started.
Aim for him on the corners. Lukey. How are you, Timmy?
Timmy Woods, mate, welcome. I've been lurking a bit in your stuff recently.
See, you said Seattle Sanders and mentioned the MLS, and Timmy Woods popped up.
Timmy, up he comes. Friggin' bingo. Bang. Loves it. But yeah, so friggin' that's pretty much the squad there. It's a good squad.
Oh, you missed a few.
Oh, Tonyak. I missed Tonyak.
Yeah, that one was a surprise for me.
Yeah,
Ron Tonyak from the coast.
Yeah, yes, it was a surprise that he was included in the Socceroos, but no, if you think about the way he's been playing football, he's looked really, really good. So again, how much game time is he going to get? That'll be the question.
Probably not any.
No, you're probably surprised now that they've got.
Oh, he might get a senior. He might get one senior. Oh, hang on. Are these friendlies or are these qualifiers?
No, they're qualifiers. I think there's a couple of friendlies, but there's also qualifiers. But
right, he may get a full cap in one of the qualifying games. That way, it ties him down to the Aussies.
Yeah. That I think the biggest thing is that now that they've got 5 subs to use, friggin' it opens doors for more players like him.
Yeah.
Who may get the fucking 10 minutes and. You've had 3 subs or whatever it is, and
well, considering we've got 4 matches in 12 days,
yeah,
and an acclimatization period.
Correct. So, just waking up, very good. On your Timmy, what on, mate? I don't think I missed anyone else, was it? That's pretty much it. Lawrence Thomas.
No, that is everyone.
Marinus, Danny Vukovic, etc. That's pretty much it. But yeah, it'd be good. It'd be good to see the international boys go around. It'd be good to see international football and just watch the boys run around at the usual odd hour of the morning from 4 a.m. to 1 a.m. somewhere in there.
Yeah,
that's when they'll be played. But yeah,
so I'll watch the second half on my way to work.
That's pretty much it. Exactly right. So yeah, we'll touch more on that obviously as through the weeks of obviously the games and stuff like that as well of how they're going. Anyway, we'll move on. Obviously, Champions League football. Go into that real quick. Thank Christ, Chelsea friggin' beat City. Happy days. Honestly, couldn't have given a shit who won that. But more glad it was Chelsea than City.
Doesn't matter because England won.
Yeah. I suppose that's a good thing, isn't it? Friggin' at the end of the day, England dominated obviously the best leagues in the world. So there you go. Who knows, could possibly go around again next year, considering obviously your Barcelonas and stuff may not be included in the Champions League. So it could be another good chance for 2 English sides again to duke it.
Sorry, we'll go back to Noopy very quickly because it's the second time he's asked.
Oh, yes, sorry. What have we got? Thoughts on Craig Goodwin missing selection? Yeah, more than happy with that. He's been a yo-yo. He's been up and down, friggin' with fitness.
Been pretty hot and cold.
Fighting injuries, fighting friggin' game time, trying to find minutes, trying to find a stable job. Let's be honest, he friggin' left, and then they friggin' got him back, and then he's trying to leave again. And
well, he's only on loan, so
yeah. Well, that's it. But he left that loan deal, and then they friggin'.
I have one question before we cap off our Socceroos fixtures and squads.
Yes.
Where's Timmy Petratos? Nowhere!
Banging in goals every...
Nowhere!
Banging in goals every 5 to 6 matches. One every 5 and one in 6.
He's nowhere!
Lucky to get a 1 in 6 these days. So
he's nowhere.
Exactly. Happy for that. What would you like to see done with the A League in FIFA 22? What would I like to see done in the A League, mate? Mate, not much. Just as long.
Correct fucking kits this time.
Yeah, correct kits. Oh, that's a good one.
The correct fucking kits. It peeves me. They don't give a fuck about the A-League.
Nah, as long as they're in there, mate.
They're in there. Western United has still got their away kit from last season. Because they haven't updated it.
Nah, that's a Mickey Mouse League, mate.
EA don't give a fuck about the A-League. Half the clubs don't have their fucking sponsorships on them.
You need to get down for Gabriel Muff.
This is why I do it on PC, because it's one of the first things I do, Timmy.
Sorry, Noops.
I remake all the A-League ones, so they've got all the fucking correct sponsors, and they have the correct kits.
Yeah.
It takes me ages to do.
But yeah, nah, honestly, as long as they're in there, mate, friggin'
Pet peeve.
That's all I really care about.
Sorry, pet peeve.
If they get rid of them in FIFA 22, I honestly couldn't care less either, to be honest.
They won't. They won't.
You know, yeah, no, they won't. But again, I don't care. It's whatever.
But they're to say.
Yeah. Anyway, carrying on.
Well, Milky Bar kid.
Good luck to the obviously Aussies in the weeks ahead. As we said, yeah, Champions League final. Obviously, there it was. Very interesting match. Pep under the hammer for his selection, which I thought was fucking hilarious. The fact that he started Sterling was that summed that up for me. I was just like,
yeah.
Not to say that he wasn't good. Like Sterling, he'd done some good things. Don't get me wrong, but just the fact that he hadn't
but it's
played
Sterling.
Football, yeah, just the fact that he hadn't played that much football, I was still very shocked that like the blokes he left on the bench. I was just like, wow,
Yeah.
surely some of these boys are getting a run.
It's not like they've got to deal with the fucking Premier League.
Yeah, exactly right. But at the end of the day, friggin' obviously, I think the biggest talking point out of that, other than friggin' Chelsea's, some would say, shock win, would be obviously De Bruyne, broken nose, fractured friggin' cheekbone or whatever, the eye socket or something. Out of the Euros for Belgium, they will be spitting friggin' beyond chips like
they were
tomorrow.
spitting chips. They wouldn't have cared so much if City actually won.
No, couldn't have cared less if they'd lost, as long as friggin' he was still able to play in the Euros. Now he's
Exactly.
Now he can't do both. Now
That's a big loss for Belgium in the Euros.
Oh, it is. It is. And they were going to be... They're probably up there as well, so friggin'...
yeah, they would have been in my top 3.
It'd be interesting to see what happens, friggin', with that. What do we got here, friggin'? Obviously, we'll quickly touch over the Europa. What a result!
Oh, fuck.
What a result!
What a game!
What a
result. I watched the first half on my way to work.
No, Luke. I'm not going to sit in here and just friggin' flog the horse. I'm sure friggin' I've had there's been millions and millions of people who have done that over the last couple of days. I don't need to continue that.
Yeah, they will because it's United.
At the end of the day, I think the biggest thing out of that is how much time De Gea has.
De Gea's got to. Yeah, I was about to say the only thing that comes out of that is De Gea's got to go.
I think he has to go. I think his time's up there. I think he's slowly starting to deteriorate.
I had a good laugh. I think it was Luke that suggested in my stream the other day that apparently De Gea's looking at a swap deal for Jan Oblak at Atletico Madrid, and I just laughed.
That's funny. That is funny.
It was, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And how much extra are Manchester United willing to put on top of that to get Jan Oblak as well?
I was about to say.
Jan Oblak is one of the best keepers in the world right now. You're not going to be able to swap a very poor performing De Gea for him. Clean swap. Not going to happen.
Yeah, no. That's a good...
Not going to happen. Maybe De Gea in about 60 million...
No.
Yeah.
No.
Considering you've got Allison and Edison moving for over 100 million.
Yeah, no. I'd say 30 mil. I reckon he's probably worth about 30 mil there.
Who, De Gea?
Yeah, he's probably worth about 30 mil. You probably have to.
See, he's at that age where he should be hitting his fucking prime.
Correct.
But poor De Gea's long past it.
Yeah, but I think the biggest problem with that as well is how poor United have been over recent years.
Yeah.
And that's not
and a lot of the De Gea saga over the past 5 years of will he, won't he leave?
Yeah, it's no.
Will he, won't he sign a contract?
That's it. It's no secret. The success.
And then that failed move to Real Madrid.
Yeah, as I said, there's no secret with United. They want trophies, and that's all that care. That's all that matters to them. And when they're not winning trophies, it's a very unhappy time at Manchester.
Yep.
They've got to flog somebody. They've got to beat the.
That's Fergie's fault.
Yeah, 100%. Like it's.
That comes down to club culture.
Yeah, that's it. He set the bar so friggin' high, friggin' that no one can sit on the bloody pedestal.
And it's the same thing for the supporters as well. They bitch and whinge. Okay, lucky enough you get to a Europa League final. Some of us will never experience that joy of watching 11 of our players roll out in a European final. Yeah. So shut up, you're lucky you got there. But again, it's typical. They expect success. You know what they remind me of? They remind me of Melbourne Victory supporters.
Yeah.
Just high expectations. Got to win everything every year. If you don't, they're shit.
He hasn't saved a pen in 38 attempts. Yeah, but that's not the problem. Like that's not keeper save or don't save a penalty. Like they're not getting punished for that.
It's luck of the draw.
They're not going to get punished for that. If it gets down to a Champions League final or a Europa League final and you lose 12-11 on penalties, the keeper's not getting flogged for friggin' missing 11 penalties. Friggin', no. He may get flogged if he friggin' P-rolls a ball to the bottom right when friggin'
and then misses.
And misses that way, considering friggin' he's probably got one of the strongest, like, powerful kicks in the friggin' as a goalkeeper in world football. And that's not taking the piss. That's like they've clocked him doing friggin' kicking balls at like 90 kilometers an hour. Like it's bullshit.
Yeah.
Like the fact that he didn't just go friggin' straight down the middle, friggin' pray for glory and go, mate, you want to stand dead in the middle and stand behind this, mate? Good luck to you. Like happy days. But he didn't. He P-rolled the thing to the bottom right. In a scenario which, if you haven't seen the penalty shootout, go and check it out because they were friggin' all top penalties. It was probably one of the best penalty shootouts I've seen in friggin' decades.
He would have been better off just
unbelievable.
He would have been better off going for all power and no direction and hope. It would be better that he put all the power behind it and goes flying off into the stands than P-rolling it.
Yeah. That's the thing. It was just like he didn't care.
Yeah, he's not a annoyer.
It's I don't know. To me, it was just meh. This has got to end sometime. Like
it was a good game of football, though.
No, it was.
For 120 minutes, fuck me, it was a good game of football.
Yeah, no, it was a good game of football. Friggin' and yeah, we move on next year. See what happens out of that. Obviously, what else have we got there? We've touched on the Champions League, touched on Europa. Obviously, we touched a little bit on Dougal, obviously at Blackpool. Friggin' congratulations.
Oh.
Congratulations to the man, obviously, helping Blackpool.
Come on, the ball.
Get up to the championship. Betty Stokes.
Come on, you Seasiders.
If you haven't seen Ben's stuff on Corner Flag Games, go check it out. He's currently doing some work, obviously, with Blackpool at the moment. So, yes.
Yeah, but unlike them who went off in the playoffs, went up to the championship in the playoffs, guess what? I'll win the league.
Yeah.
And so we fucking should.
What a surprise there. But yeah. But other than that, freaking, we'll quickly touch, obviously, bolt over the A-League to finish it up. Before we get into that...
What? There's an A-League?
There is an A-League. We've talked so much world football in this episode. Friggin'
we've spoken more world football in this episode than what we have in the past 12 months.
I know. It's friggin' interesting.
Good. Good.
Hope the other thing as well, I totally forgot off the bat. Friggin' hope everyone is enjoying the new backdrop currently. Thanks to Benny for friggin' whacking that up for us. Friggin' bright blue at the moment. We'll change it up every now and again and friggin' change the colour to sort of a whatever guest we've got on if they've played football or because we can. Because there's thousands of colours to choose from and we can.
I wouldn't go that far.
well, yeah. Less that we can actually use it, we'll be able to see. But we'll go green.
No, clashes with the logo.
But yeah, so friggin' yeah, let us know what your thoughts are. Let us know if you like it and you want us to go back. That's not happening, but
It's different.
It's different. Yeah, we figured we'd change
It's
it
good.
up.
It's good for non-Jets related stuff.
Yeah, which is where we were looking at. You know, if we've got a Jets player on, we'll definitely use the Jets background and stuff like that. But we figured the fact that we've been lucky enough to get so many non-Jets related players on, or commentators, etc., we sort of wanted like a neutral feel, and this is what we've come up with. So happy days.
Don't ask me what stadium it is, because I have no idea.
It's
I think it's just a random generic one.
randomly generated from friggin' the place that it come from.
The interwebs.
The interwebs. That's literally the word I was looking for. But yeah. Anyway, before we go, obviously touching into the A League again. Just want a big shout out to Gabriel Mar, optometrist at Jesmond. For these, we are wearing obviously the blue light glasses from there, which is fantastic for our eyes, especially when we're in front of computers all the freaking time. So yeah, be sure to go grab them if you do a bit of gaming or friggin' obviously in front of the computers all day, or if not, just go grab a pair of Sunnies, some Makos, and every other friggin' brand that they deal with there, as well as.
Or alternatively, do what I do to save your eyes when you're sitting in front of the computer. Fall asleep in your chair.
I was literally about to say, friggin'.
Why do you think I was so late?
Yeah, I know exactly. It was about 5.
I literally was sitting in this chair asleep.
Yep, and that's what I figured 5 or so minutes before we were about to go on, and I hadn't heard from him.
It was 15, but we'll be nice.
Very good. Again, friggin' as well, if you are new to the channel, I've seen a few new guys pop up, be sure to go and subscribe to the YouTube channel, go like the Facebook page, and you can also find us on multiple media outlets, from Spotify to friggin' Apple to friggin' Anchor. As well, we are on those.
And not Google.
Not Google, because they're assholes.
They don't like us.
We actually currently also now have upgraded. Friggin', we've got a new Instagram page as well. So we knocked that up yesterday. Instagram, Facebook, Twitch, YouTube. We're everywhere.
I did like Insta.
Hey?
I did like the Insta.
There we go. Go give us a like.
Not that I use Instagram.
Yeah,
but...
no, it's exactly right. Even do I, really, other than to friggin'...
Well, I will be now.
Other than to hunt guests and shit. But yeah, anyway, we do have...
It means I'm going to have to make that a command, aren't I?
At some point. Anyway,
I'll have to make that a command.
We'll quickly run over the A-League, what was this week. We may as well start with the friggin' absolute banger. Absolute banger. Thank you to New Zealand. Honestly, for getting their shit together, friggin' getting Wellington, obviously, back to New Zealand.
Back home.
And friggin' a big shout out to, obviously, the 40-odd thousand fans over the last 2 games they've played there, decking out that stadium. It's good to see, obviously, a lot of support. Still a little bit confused to find out where they've been over the last decade or so, but they rocked up for the last 2 games anyway. It's amazing what happens when.
And from what I've seen as well, they're not giving away tickets for free either. People are actually paying money.
Oh mate, they've lost a shitload of money. They're not giving away. We guarantee you that. They might have reduced them, but friggin' yeah, giving them away definitely not. But it's good. It's good to see, obviously, them back there playing games. It brings an interesting thought to think of if they'd actually got to play a lot more games there this season, they probably would have been sitting a lot higher up the table than what they were. Than what they are currently. Obviously, still battling, fighting, possibly for a sniff of a chance to get into the top 6. But yeah, great game. Friggin', they probably should have sealed it up with a penalty. Matty Ryan, far out. Liam Reddy, friggin' saving their ass. Perth's ass to get the draw out of it, which honestly both sides didn't need. They needed 3 points. So, but yeah, it is what it is. Sydney dominant against Adelaide. Same shit, different day. Whatever. Sydney. I think the biggest thing with Sydney, everyone's like, oh, whatever. What's going to happen?
Sydney have been very under the radar this season.
Sydney is going to be an interesting one. I think Sydney can beat sorry, I think Sydney. I think Sydney can win the league, especially now with the likes of the players that have gone. Melbourne City's lost out more heavily than what they have. They've lost their Sydney's lost their number one keeper. Yes, they've lost their left back or whatever. Left back, right back. Yes, but you're right there, mate.
Oh, MacArthur scored 2 goals within 4 minutes.
Is that still going?
Yes!
Where was he at? MacArthur or Western?
Yes!
Ah, mate, Western are useless.
Western actually hit the back of the net themselves this time, though.
Oh, Jesus, shit.
That hasn't happened in a while, has it, Dale?
Sydney winning the league, shock. Well, it would be considering from where they've been from the start of the season and everything else.
They've been very quiet this season. They've been very under the radar.
Everything's now starting to click. That's the biggest thing. You know,
It also shows that they have no imagination by re-signing former players that do well.
At the end of the day, friggin' you just nailed on the head. They are doing well, and they still are. Bobo has just got back. He's getting back to his best. It's just ticking
over.
Yeah, Lafondra. It's just ticking over for them. And at the end of the day, if you were to say friggin' Melbourne City or Sydney FC, who would you want to play? Sorry, who wouldn't you want to play in a one-off scenario? Sydney by far. If it come down to it and stuff like that, and you only had one chance, and you had to play Sydney, mate, you're in trouble. Sydney show up to those things very, very well.
Would you like to play a little game?
A little game? Oh.
Wait, hang on. Hello.
Oh.
I want to play a game. Without looking at your PC,
yeah.
Can you tell me the only team in the A-League at this present moment that has lost 5 games on the trot?
Oh, there's plenty. Oh, hang on. It'd be a toss-up.
There is only one team.
Well, it'll have to be Western United.
No.
Really?
That game's still going. They haven't lost yet.
Well, that'd be 5. That's surely 5, though.
Yes, it will be.
Yeah. Melbourne Victory saved their ass last week.
Melbourne Victory saved their ass.
Yeah, from going 5.
Correct. When
they beat Western 6-1.
Yes.
Hang on, let me just keep this going. What do we got here? I'm just trying to think. Well, we're not counting draws, are we?
A draw is not a loss.
Correct. That's good.
Which means we're not 5 on the trot.
Correct.
Full time, game's over. Why is it telling me it's live?
Told you, Western United win. If it wasn't them, shit, who hasn't won a?
No, it is. It's Western.
That was who it was.
Yeah, it was Western.
Yeah. Okay. Sweet.
Rudan's job's on the line. I wouldn't have. I said 2 weeks ago that it wasn't, but I'm now No, Google's on delay, Noopy. That's where I'm getting the results from.
See, for me, the biggest problem is they're crazy if they get rid of him, right?
Yeah.
Friggin', this is his second season, and you see what he did. The biggest problem, and I'll tell you right now, and friggin' the Western United
they've built the club around him.
The Western service crew around me, friggin' send it to them, send them the link. I will tell you right now why they are sitting where they are right now, and it is for 2 very, very important things, and 2 things that will kill a team's season instantly. 1, the amount of away travel and time away you spend will kill your season. So, if the fact that they've spent most of their time away from home killed them. The second one is the fact that they have not secured a set home facility is another problem. The fact that they are bouncing. So not only are they bouncing around
nomads.
So much away travelling from Perth to Sydney and staying in Sydney for 3 weeks and this and that and
They
whatever.
can't.
They
can't settle.
They're doing it here. They're
can't
playing
settle.
at Amy, they're playing at Geelong, they're playing at Ballarat, they're freaking playing at freaking Whitten Oval. They're playing wherever they can freaking find a spot. That's the problem.
They can't settle.
They are stuffed. Western United are gassed. They're done. Their body is physically stuffed. That's all it is. That is all it is. I'm telling you right now. He would not be sitting where he is right now if they, one, had their own friggin' facility, and two, weren't being moved around as much as they were. That's no disrespect to anybody other than COVID. So it is what it is. That they have to deal with. But the facility thing, they need to sort out. Whether it's
surely they could do a deal with somebody to use an NPL stadium.
Correct. If
Provided that it meets the guidelines, which I'm pretty sure there are a handful of those in Melbourne.
Yeah.
The only one that I can think of that would service probably that need would be ABD.
Yep. Yeah. It doesn't matter.
Be ABD.
It's not the best place to play football, but worst case scenario, if they play all their games in Geelong, they just need a set venue. It's not the ideal venue, but they just need that one venue. That's it.
They can't have it now because they're fighting with the Cats over it.
Yeah, exactly.
Because the AFL's back on.
Correct. So they just need
and that's why the A League can never grant share with AFL clubs.
Yeah, correct.
Because they just pull rank. It's a bit like Coventry and the B. Is it the Bees or the Wasps? The Wasps.
The Wasps. Yeah.
Coventry and the Wasps.
Yeah.
At Ryco Arena.
Yeah, correct. Pardon me. There's heaps of them. Yeah, like Wigan and shit use the same friggin' oval as the rugby league and shit like that.
Yeah, but that's the thing. The football club owns the stadium, so they can pull rank.
Yeah.
Whereas the Wasps own part of Ryco, and Coventry don't.
Yeah. Do they not have a stadium? Well, no, because they're...
No, they don't.
Because they're new and they've obviously...
Nah, not Knight Stadium. Knight Stadium's fucking falling down around everything.
Yeah, that's shit.
It's a shithole. Trust me, you don't want to go watch games there.
They're in the middle of obviously building their stadium on a 3-year plan, so... So hopefully not next...
Which would be great for us when it's built, because it's 20 minutes down the road.
Oh, it'd be fantastic for them when it's built, as I said.
And it's purpose-built.
Yeah.
It's a purpose-built football stadium. From what I got told, it's partially based off the plans from Bank West.
Yeah. And Luke, yes, 100%. That was a big loss. The fact that they lost being
Maxi Burgess.
Maxi Burgess was massive.
Yeah, and then Sydney signed him.
Massive. What?
Sydney signed him.
Sydney for next season.
Yeah.
There you go. Because he's still contracted to him by the end of this year, so no one can sign him for this year.
He's still, technically speaking, contracted to Western.
For this season,
I think.
Yeah. For this season, they virtually so that he couldn't sign anywhere else. That's all it was. Yeah. Next season, he's...
It was if we can't have you, no one can. So...
Yeah, next season he can do whatever he wants.
And to be fair, I don't blame Western for that approach.
100%. Every A-League club should be...
Because, unfortunately, old mate Maxi Burgess chucked a Bernie a beanie.
Yeah.
He threw his toys out the pram.
He always does.
I'm not coming back.
Pussy. Yeah, it is what it is.
But no, Timmy, they don't have a stadium.
Yeah, no.
Although, go have a look on there. I think you can just search Western United Stadium. You'll get some very nice 3D renders of what it may look like.
Mm-hmm. Very true. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the week. We are running very, very close to the end of the current season. The top 6 is tight. Very, very tight.
Doit like a tiger.
Very doit. Doit like a tiger. So it'll be interesting to see what happens over the next roughly week, because that's pretty much all we've got. Perth, obviously, still within a chance, I think. Wellington, the same thing. Western City Wanderers are just about done their dash. I think they're pretty much out of it, barring, I think, like mass results and scored goal differences and shit like that.
How many games?
Oh, there's only 2 at a max, depending on what club you...
26? Is it 26 to 27 rounds?
It's 28, isn't it?
28.
What are we on?
Can't be 28.
It might be 27. I don't know. There's 12 teams.
Well, we've only played fucking 23.
We've played 23.
We've played 23.
It'll be 26 rounds. Because we still need to play friggin' Melbourne City. We still need to play the Coast tomorrow. And we still need to play Perth on the following weekend. Next weekend.
Yeah, so we're Perth's last game.
Yep.
Must be because Perth have played 20. Oh, no. You said 26, yeah. Perth have got 2 then.
Yeah,
so,
that doesn't
Sydney have got 1 game. Hang on. City have got 2. Sydney have got 1. Coast have got 2. MacArthur's got 1. Adelaide's got 1. Brisbane's got 2.
Yeah.
Wellington's got 1. Western Sydney's got 1. Perth's got 2. Western's got 1. Victory's got 1. We've got 3.
So Victory have only got 1 left.
Victory have only got 1 game left.
And what are they in front by now? 4 points?
4 points.
Yeah. So we need to win at least 2.
Or win or a draw, because we'll beat them on goal difference by a mile.
Yeah, right.
We're only at minus 17. They're at minus 29. Even after putting 6 away against Western United last week.
Jesus Christ. But anyway, it is what it is. Friggin' game for us tomorrow night. Central Coast Mariners, F3 Derby. Final one of the year. It is what it is. Hopefully we go there and friggin' just put in a performance. That's what we're looking for.
I'd like us to turn up.
Yeah, that's all I want. That's all I want. I just wanted to be...
Make life hard for the Coast.
Yeah, I just wanted to be...
We can't win.
No goals conceded.
We can't win. Make life hard.
No goals conceded in the first 10 minutes. Friggin' no sloppy defence. No friggin' giveaway goals. If the VAR could fuck off for 9
Well, at least we can't complain that we've got players out through friggin' international duty.
Yeah, well, and that's it. And they're only missing 1, so... It is what it is. So, yeah, hopefully...
Oh, yeah, they'll be missing Ruan Tonye.
Yeah. So, hopefully they show up. They put in a good performance to finish off the season. Yeah, out of the last 3 games. Hopefully, friggin' lockdown fucks off. So that, obviously, friggin' the Jets wanted Ben to go watch the friggin' football, so they postponed that for him because he had prior commitments. So,
good lads. Yeah, but that's the other thing as well. She couldn't go out for dinner either, so that's going to get changed too. So if it ends up on the same fucking day again, I'll lose it.
Come on, look. Set it up quick. What do we got? Archie and Lucas starting. Yeah, good. Yeah, Lucas will start. He'll start because what's his name's gone over for the Joeys or whatever.
Yeah.
And so a few of them went. So yeah, it'll be slim pickings. Friggin' very slim squad, but at the end of the day, friggin' again, I'm not expecting them to win. I'm not expecting them to go out there and outclass the Central Coast or friggin'
I'd just like them to turn up.
City. Out of the 3 games, I just want them to show up, do nothing silly, no silly back passes, no silly friggin' clearances, no silly shit. Just play smart and just get rid of the fucking ball and play feet and do good possession work, and I'll be happy. That's all I'm after.
Look, I've had this table up for a little while now.
Yeah.
And looking at our stats and stuff, from what I can see in the table, okay, we haven't scored a lot, but in comparisons to other teams 7th and below, everyone from 7th to 11th has conceded more goals than us.
Yeah.
So, yeah, all right. Melbourne Victory have scored nearly double what we have.
Mm.
And they're, goals for... Yeah, they're the next above us.
Mm.
But again, the Coast have only scored 33 goals. Victory have scored 30.
Yeah.
And Coast are in 3rd, and they're in 11th.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean?
At the end of the day, our final 3 games are against teams that have lost their best players.
Yes.
So, at the end of the day, that's pretty much what it is.
We've only...
Other than Perth.
We've scored 19 and conceded 36.
It isn't too bad. Friggin' at the end of the day, friggin' who's the leading goal scorer for the Jets again, mate? Can you just make that known?
I wouldn't know.
That'd be Roy O'Donovan.
Okay.
Just throw him
There
out.
you go.
Throw him out in the rubbish heap. Does nothing.
Hang on. A striker is the Jets' leading goal scorer for once?
Oh, no, it's impressive, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's impressive.
It's almost like it's what we pay them to do.
Yeah, I know, eh? Who would have guessed that? Anyway, it is what it is. We'll see what happens tomorrow. Anyway, on that note, we are going to wrap it up. But before we do have a bit of news for next week's show. We are going to change it. We will not be recording and going live on Monday. We will be going live on Wednesday night.
Wednesday.
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday.
Wednesday.
So next week we will be doing a full Euro 2020/2021 freaking podcast. I will whack it up right now. I think that's the one. I hope so. Otherwise, I put something else.
That's the one.
There it is. We will be doing, as we mentioned, a full Euro 2020 show. We will dissect, obviously, the group stages to the teams to, a little bit of ins and outs and what's going on and who's not going to be there and what have you.
Maybe some predictions.
We'll put in some predictions of, obviously, friggin' who we think might be in the final to maybe who the dark horse is, etc. Stuff like that.
Players to watch out for.
Absolutely, players to watch out for and everything else. We'll get your say and your thoughts on it as well. But at the same time, we figured why not get you guys all involved as well. And we will be running, as it says down the very bottom there, we will be running a pool so pretty much you guys will put your names down. We will create a post on Facebook tomorrow when we send it out tomorrow morning. Whack your name down the bottom there, and it is that simple. Like the Facebook page, jump onto that. Be nice if you haven't subscribed to the YouTube channel if you could, but again, it's not necessary. And you will go into the draw, and we'll obviously, once we get either 32 participants, or come the week, probably the week after that, because I think it starts on the 12th, so it'll be the following week. We will do a draw with whatever names we have. You guys will get a team, and if that team is...
So when are we doing the draw? Next Wednesday?
So we'll do the draw next Wednesday.
Yep.
Yeah.
That gives them a week.
Gives them a week. We'll see how we go. Friggin' if it's not getting much traction and that, we might extend it to the following, which will still be done before the competition starts. But yeah, at the end of the day, we're hoping 32 people will put their name in there, and it'll give them a chance to obviously win a prize. Not sure 100% what that prize will be at this point of time, but we will have something. I know the guys from Save the Humans have jumped on board, and we're going to give a shirt away at some point. So we might be able to snag that, and we'll see what else we might be able to come up with to give away. But yeah, that's simple. We'll whack your name down on the Facebook page. We'll whack it all in the bio and shit of the...
Yep, so what we will get you to do is, once we release the post for it, we will be getting you to comment your name on that post on the Crossbar Capers of Facebook. That way I can put them all into a document and a spreadsheet. I don't know how I'm going to work it out yet. Now, do not put a team that you want in the pool. They will be randomly drawn for you.
Yes, 100%. All right, everyone except for Portugal is mine. No.
They will be randomly drawn for you. Josh will not be entering it, but I will.
Yeah, well, depending on the prizes, we'll see what happens.
Well, I'm not going to win the prize, so...
Yeah, it depends on what the go is. If it's something that... if it's something from Gabriel My Optometrist or something like that, I definitely won't go involved in it and stuff like that. But we'll figure something out. Yeah, we'll work it out.
And if I win it, which I won't, because I won't win the pool because I don't have luck for shit like that. I'll probably just open up Lock Tools and give it away on a stream or something, or give it to second place or whatever.
Yeah, well, if that's the case, what's the point of going to the freaking thing? But anyway, it is what it is. But anyway, next week we will be dissecting all that sort of stuff. One thing we didn't get onto tonight, which I forgot to get onto and so forth, but we will do it on. We'll whack that in on next week, because we can obviously have a look at the Euro kits and stuff like that. We will have a look at some of the worst kits that have currently been released for next year. Benny and I had a bit of a scout the other day, and
whilst we were watching the Brentford game.
Yeah, do yourselves a favour and go on there. At the end of the day, as I said, we'd love to hear your thoughts of what some of the worst kits are and what you've come across and stuff like that. And I'm telling you,
there's a lot of bad ones this year.
Plenty to choose from. The other thing in regards to kits and stuff like that, if anyone knows another frigging good app or something like that where we can use on my PC so I can delete TeamViewer, that'd be muchly appreciated.
Yep, because now that they're sponsoring Manchester United, we're not allowed to use it anymore.
Yeah. Yeah, the fact that they've gone to Manchester United, I need to find another frigging way of getting Ben access to.
We might go back to VNC, mate.
Yeah. Absolutely, yeah. Figure something out, but yeah. Anyway, it's that simple. Euros next week, so friggin' have a look at the teams, get your thoughts, see what's been happening between now and obviously next week with ins and outs. I'm sure there'll be plenty going on over the next week. Thierry Henry's friggin' quit BBC and gone back to Belgium to friggin' be an assistant coach. I don't know.
Not under company.
Yeah.
You're joking. Did I just guess that?
Yeah. I don't
know. No.
But friggin', I'm not too sure what the rumours were. If it was friggin' because they've lost De Bruyne, whether they were looking to get him on as an actual player or not. But I think they've settled.
Who, Henry?
I'll just take the piss. But
Henry's bloody French.
Yeah, but friggin' they tie him under there somewhere. Put a friggin' blonde wig on him or something, he'd be right. But yeah, no, he's definitely gone there to be the assistant for the Euros. So anyway, on that note, we're going to wrap it up. I better go back to live. Let's get back to that so they can see us. Anyway, but yeah.
Oh, Chris.
Christopher Russell, always late to the party.
He's missed everything.
He's missed everything. He's going to have to.
He's going to have to go listen back to the podcast on Anchor.
On Anchor and Spotify and friggin' Apple and YouTube.
Not Google.
And yeah, not Google. YouTube. You can watch it back on YouTube if you need as well, mate. But as we were just saying, Chris, welcome. We're about to wrap it up. Next week's show, we are doing a full Euros segment. If there's absolute major news, we'll throw it out there in there. But heavily, obviously, on the Euros of going through the groups and everything else, where we think the teams will go and who's going to be the dark horse, as we said, and predictions and what have you. But other than that, muchly appreciated for jumping on board again. Big shout out again to Gabriel Marptometrist at Jasmine. Be sure to go check out those guys. Thank you to those guys for jumping on board. Save the Humans as well. If you have not seen those guys or haven't been around for when we go live from the start in the intro, be sure to jump onto Spotify, etc., and go see those guys. Save the Humans. They are performing, I believe, on the 19th. Yeah.
Got it up now. September the 30th at 9 p.m. at the Hamilton Station Hotel, Beaumont Street, Islington.
Yeah, so the boys will be playing there with a few other bands and so forth. Be sure to get down there and support the lads. Some great tunes and shit like that. They've just released a new single as well, about a month ago or something like that. So
make sure to get your Euro shirts out for next week, boys.
Yes. Try and get a country on. Friggin',
I'll have mine on.
That'd be good. Yeah, friggin' that's it. Friggin' send some photos through of you and your friggin' Euro shirt and everything else. That'd be good.
As me and Josh were both discussing, we thought this was quite hilarious. He's got Portugal shirts. I've got England shirts. Do you think either one of us has a Socceroos shirt?
No.
Nope. I've got about 4 England shirts.
Hang on.
I got about 4 England shirts. I think I got 2010, 2006 World Cup. 2006, yeah, I think I got the 2006 and 2010 World Cup ones.
Oh, wow. I think as well, yeah. The other thing I was going to say was I've only waited friggin' nearly 12 months for it, but big shout out to friggin' Luke, part of the Adelaide boys as well. Here it is. Finally got me. Finally got me friggin' slut scarf. Happy friggin' days. Friggin' boys have outdone themselves. Friggin' it's an absolute belter.
Is it a proper woolen scarf?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, she's a beauty. Yeah. But yeah, big shout out.
That's slaps.
Big shout out to Luke, man. He busted his absolute ass friggin' trying to sort out the friggin' shirts and the scarves and everything else, trying to tee it all up with the amount of people that friggin' wanted this shit is friggin' beyond ridiculous. So the fact that it took him nearly 12 months to get it was friggin' crazy. But yeah, friggin' big ups. Big ups. Thanks heaps, mate. Friggin' proud of it. It looks good. But yeah, other than that, guys, we are going to wrap it up there. We're going to leave it there. Between now and next week, enjoy the international break. Enjoy the friendlies. Enjoy friggin' all the football. It doesn't
Enjoy the A-League, because we don't have an international break.
Enjoy the A-League. But yeah, enjoy the Euro friendlies. They're going to be bangers. There's a couple of really good friendlies over the next couple of days and so forth. We hate Coast Scum, absolutely. Luke and friggin' obviously the Copper America hates friggin' South America because they're not happy with friggin' any friggin' country they try and put it in. Argentina's now had the shit, so if any South American countries out there or anything like that want to friggin' put their hand up to friggin' take
word on the street is they're having it in the US.
Oh, fuck. That want to friggin' put their hand up and so forth to friggin' host the friggin' Copper America, that'd be fantastic. Just letting you know you've got under 2 weeks to prepare it.
Yeah, no, I think they're in talks to try and do it in the US.
Oh, for God's sake. I can't believe the amount of friggin' people they friggin' had, like, you know, the deaths and everything else and the craziness that was going on there, but now they're just back to normal.
The Copper Australia. Yeah, I was about to say, didn't we withdraw from it because of COVID?
Yeah, we're not even, that's it. Well, that's what we've got qualifiers and all that shit going on now, so there you go.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Anyway, who are we going to rate tonight?
What do we got? Friggin' Twitch side. Hang on. Let me have a fucking geezer. Because at the end of the day, we've friggin' rated GPU the last couple of days, but fuck.
Yeah, that's why I'm asking.
Move the fuck on a bit. Let's have a quick look. Let's see if we've got...
Coming to Merca. Yes, Timmy. Yeah, I read somewhere today that they were in talks to have it in the US. Don't know how that's going to go. You guys still playing MLS at the... Yeah, you guys have got MLS on at the moment.
Yeah.
It's going to be difficult to navigate around.
Have they got crowds on that though?
I don't know. You got crowds at the MLS, Timmy?
Oh, I've never really noticed it.
I don't think I've watched an MLS game yet this year.
Yeah, no, I haven't either. No, it looks like no one's on.
I'd like to watch Austin. I'd like to see the new team give it a red hot crack. Same with Inter Miami. Interested to see how they go.
Absolutely. Yeah, well, there's no one really on, mate, so we will go over to...
Except Teddy.
Except for Teddy, yeah, no, fuck him.
You can go Teddy or you can go...
Nah, we'll go
A
see...
GPU even on?
Yeah, Vimesy's friggin' currently having a friggin' bit of a gander now with his 11 viewers and his friggin' no shirts. So be sure, friggin', when we go...
What?
Oh, he's got a singlet on, it's not pretty.
Oh, yeah, I was going to say something then, but I won't.
No. Be sure, guys, when we friggin' go over there, don't feel like you have to pop in there forever. Just friggin' make sure you go in there and tell him to put his shirt on.
Yeah.
Courtesy of me. Josh said put his shirt on.
Hang on.
Feel free. Yeah, keep doing that shit. Because I'll end it properly before we go.
Hang on. We want you to copy the raid worm. We have a raid worm for tonight.
There we go.
And it is this. Crossbar Capers said put a shirt on.
There it is.
Crossbar Capers said put a shirt on. Copy that when we get into GPU's chat. Make sure that you post that.
1,000 at the Indy 500 yesterday. Woo!
Oh, hang on. Oh, 100,000? Fuck.
Wow.
Yeah, but how many at the MLS? You probably have to play it behind closed doors.
Wow, that's crazy. Fuck.
That's like here.
Anyway, it is what
Can't go to an A-League game, but you can sure as shit go to an AFL game.
Absolutely. But yeah, as we said, guys, big thanks again for jumping on. It is muchly appreciated. Big shout out to everyone who's jumped on tonight. It is, again, appreciated. Timmy, long time, mate. Thank you for jumping on. Enjoy your day. As for that, as always, we hate Coast Scum. Up the Jets friggin' tomorrow. And, yeah, be sure to jump on that tapeworm and away we go, yeah? We good, mate?
Yeah, make sure you get on that raid worm, guys. We are ready to go. So whenever you're ready, Josh, I'll hit the button.
Rightio, mate. I'll go thank you guys for watching. We'll switch over to my screen and away we go. Take it easy, guys. We'll see you next week. Catch ya.
Bye.